What's up, everyone? Shane and
Ryan.
here from R&S TCG. Well, hey, you're drinking something. I might as well have something too, I guess.
I've got a Guinness that's a Pacific
Ah,
Northwest flavor.
really? I got a Skookum Brewery Jackass IPA. It is. Why am I holding my thing up there? Camera's right in front of me. It is a Northwest IPA. So funny that. We'll drink it a Northwest whatever. Cheers. So, anyways, today we're gonna talk about the one of one ring. This bad boy here. Let me go ahead and pop it up. Oh no, excuse me, clicked on the wrong one. There we go. The one of one. It's in Elvish, so you can't read what it says. Ryan, if you want to read off what the card does and says, and then we'll go into. We're just gonna talk about our thoughts, speculation, um, any kind of rumors floating around, whatever we think is going on in the world with the one of one ring, because that is probably the hottest topic in the world of TCGs right now.
So the One Ring, just for the mechanics, it's a four colorless legendary artifact, indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose one life for each burden counter on the One Ring, and you can tap it, put a burden counter on the One Ring, then draw a card for each burden counter on the One Ring. It's honestly it's pretty balanced, I think. It's not as OP as, I mean, other than the fact it's indestructible, and people can't get rid of it.
Well, and
But
then the other flip side of that too is that there are a lot more cards now that remove counters. So if you build around that, then you can make this card pretty nasty.
or shit, you could even go the opposite direction. You could proliferate the shit out of it, and somebody is going to be like, you know, losing life and having more cards than they can handle.
Right, but then yeah, and then you can draw those back too. So yeah, it goes both ways. But yeah, it's an interesting card. It's just as a card in general, it's interesting. Like you said, it's fairly balanced. I think it's gonna end up being an EDH staple. It's gonna be a commander staple. I think. Everybody's gonna want a copy.
Yeah, because card draw wins.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
be honest.
and it's colorless, so it fits in any deck. You know. So and yeah, so I think everybody's gonna want one. Everybody's gonna be able to get one because, you know, other than the one of one serialized over here on the screen, um, there's gonna be a shit ton of other copies. So you'll have your chance to get one. But that's not what we're here to talk about right now. What we're here to talk about is the one of
The
one
market value.
serialized 001 slash 001.
So it's going for at least 1 million right now, right?
Uh,
Because there's a bounty on it,
so
you said?
So there was speculation slash rumor out there that somebody put out a bounty on it of $1 million, but I believe it was an anonymous bounty. So it's like, take that for what it's worth. But as of yesterday, I just pulled this up here. So there was an NFL player like 5 or 6 days ago that put out a bounty of 150,000. Well, some ex NFL player just yesterday put out a bounty of 500,000. So bare minimum, this thing's gonna go for 500,000. It looks like. I think it'll end up going for more. I don't know if Post Malone's tossed his hat in the ring yet, but he'd be one to put out an offer on it if he hasn't already. Let's see. It says. Let's see who put out the one. Former NFL player offers 500,000 bounty on serialized number 001. Cassius Marsh, former NFL linebacker. I don't know. Let's see who did he play for.
I think $500,000 is a good investment on it.
White guy.
Um, I think
He
you,
played for the Chicago Bears. He don't got
yeah,
$500,000.
he might. You never know. He might be
No,
good
no,
with his
I
money.
know, I know. It was a joke. But yeah, that's looking like the bare minimum that somebody's gonna be able to cash in is 500,000 right now.
That's more than a Black Lotus right now.
Yeah, yeah. I personally feel like whoever gets it, hold out. I think you can get more than a million to the
I
right
think
to
you
the
could.
right person.
I think it's going to top out at 2.5 mil.
I personally think here's the smart play on this. Couple things, because whoever pulls this, and we'll get into that too here in this video, but whoever pulls this, they don't make it public. Don't put a YouTube video out that you pulled it. Don't let your name get out there. You can have somebody showing up to
It's
your
like winning
house.
lotto,
Yeah, it's like winning the lotto. Except for winning the lotto is public information, so your info is out there. Unfortunately. Um,
and you have to pay a lot more taxes.
yeah. Um, and here's what you do. First of all, is you get a hold of an auction house. You get a hold of a reputable auction house, preferably one that has handled like a Black Lotus sale before or something. You know, um, get a hold of a reputable auction house. Get in touch with them. Get the card to them. Do not mail it to them. This is. I'm not even shitting you. This is a
This is a
handcuff,
hand deliver.
handcuff briefcase. Get on a plane. Hand it off to somebody with a written affidavit receipt.
And make sure that shit is, make sure you've got insurance on it.
Oh yeah, and another thing you do is get it graded. Get it graded
I would,
before you sell it.
first thing I would do, I would put insurance on it.
Yep.
I would get it. I'm fairly certain that auction house, a reputable auction house, would grade it, would get a
Well,
grader
yeah,
in
they'll get it
there.
graded for it. But what I'm saying is, make sure that they do that before they auction it off, because if it's graded, it's sealed. If it's graded as a, you know, we're not even gonna say it's a 10 because who knows? It might be like a 9.5 or a 9, whatever. They don't always come out mint straight from the package. So let's say it gets graded as a 9, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have it, and then it's sealed, encased in this thing from a reputable grading service, and you have the auction house take care of that. You know. Um, but you do it that way, and you have the auction house take care of it. Do not have your name involved in it and all, at all. Let it go for auction, and cash the fuck out. You know.
Yeah, yeah. If it's going for 2.5 million, which is what I think it'll top out at, you're probably looking at spending about $500,000 to get it all. After fees and
Well, I think
the cut.
the auction houses generally charge about 10% of the final sale.
Yeah, but we're talking about after you get insurance on it, after shit, and it might even be more because you're gonna have to pay taxes on that money. So,
Well, I
you
mean,
know,
you're still coming out way ahead.
so the question is now, do we think it gets pulled in the first week, or is it gonna wait?
I do not think it gets pulled in the first week. I my personal speculation here is that we go at least 3 weeks before it gets pulled. 3 weeks from official launch date of the set, which is the 23rd of June. 3 weeks from there, I say no earlier than that. It could be as many as 4 or 5 weeks, but I don't think it gets pulled.
Here's
I don't think it gets pulled right away. I think there's going to be a lot of a lot of crack opening, yeah, a lot of cracking of packs, like right away, because it's only in the set boosters, and then here is the kicker though. They have a bundle.
no, I thought it was only the collector boosters.
Yeah, excuse me, collector boosters, not set. Collector
That's
boosters.
and they're going for what, 500 a pop now?
No, so you can get them for around 360 right now, I believe. Is the lowest I've seen currently is 360. If you look on eBay, there's only 4 or 5 listings on eBay, and the lowest one is like 500 something, I think. But
So here's the only people that are gonna really afford these are the Rudies of the world, or
how dare you mention he who shall not be named?
these celebrity Magic players, YouTubers that make more money than they know what to do with.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to have a higher chance of pulling it, which is going to be unfortunate because I'm hoping that it's just some nobody
Some Joe
that pulls
Blow.
it. Yeah, not these, not
Not
these,
Post Malone or somebody.
not anybody famous. Although I would not be sad if the girls from Good Luck High Five pulled it because I love them. But honestly, I hope it's just a nobody. These YouTubers are gonna spend probably. I would not be shocked if someone spent $1 million.
And which
You know,
is
or
ridiculous in
like
my eyes.
like the Jake Pauls of the world that
Yeah, or like
are
I
just
said, Post Malone too. Same deal. And yeah, I mean that's it's who knows. And I was just gonna say too. There's a kicker to this. So it's there. It can only be in the collector boosters, but there's a bundle set that comes out. I think a week or two after the set's released. There's a bundle for it that comes with one collector sampler pack
can you imagine? It's
in
not
it.
going to be in that.
You could supposedly get serialized cards in there, so why not? It potentially, I doubt it will be too, but there's the potential that it could end up in one of
I
those.
just hope it's not like do you remember Monopoly from McDonald's?
Yeah, it was
Do
always
you
some
remember
guy in
how
Florida that won.
yeah, do you remember how he won?
The
He
what?
was
The one particular
related.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh
he was
god.
related to the people that printed the Monopoly pieces,
Yeah, he cheated.
and he was getting the Monopoly pieces sent to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta imagine that Wizards and Hasbro have some sort of safeguard in the works
They've got the
to prevent
Pinkertons to
that from
watch out.
happening. Yeah, there you go. Um, no, that's for afterwards. But I gotta imagine they have some sort of safeguard. I don't think there'll be any kind of insider thing like that. That would totally tarnish their record
That would
beyond
ruin
repair.
them
Yeah,
pretty hardcore. I
that
mean,
won't happen.
they're already skating on
Well,
thin fucking
and
ice. But
they're not even. Let's be honest. They're not even really skating on thin ice. They're skating on thin ice in the eyes of the Rudies and the.
yeah, they're
Well, and
skating on thin
actually,
ice of people that are already
not even
pissed off.
Rudy anymore, because as we've mentioned before in a previous video, Rudy seems to have changed his tone to reflect more like what we're saying. Because, we look back on the video when I said all YouTubers are wrong and was calling guys like Rudy and these other guys out, and then now, 8 months later after that, now Rudy's saying like the opposite of things he was saying back then. It's like, oh,
Yep. Yeah.
makes you wonder. But
It's
yeah,
because he's a shill now. He got paid off by Wizards to change his
see, they're
tune.
calling him a shill just like they were calling me a corporate shill not too long ago. Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Well, let's think about this, Shane. You live in Renton.
I know
Wizards of the Coast
I know where
is
the
in
Wizards
Renton.
I know where the Wizards of the Coast headquarters building is. I actually used to work right across the street from there.
Oh, you used to work at the stripper joint.
I was a bouncer at the strip club right across the street from Wizards of the Coast. Yes, I was.
Yep. I've driven by there many a time. Wizards of the Coast, that is. Actually, and also that strip club.
I mean, they're right there. I almost guarantee you we had some Wizards of the Coast employees coming to that strip club at some point.
That is the most you can't think I can't think of a better location for a strip club.
It's perfect because it's in like a little industrial enclave right next to the freeway, and
Yeah.
there's hotels right there.
There's hotels right there. There's a casino right down the road.
Yep. There's bars down the road. Yeah. No, it's that's the only reason
I
that the
think,
city of Renton allows it to be there. It's the only strip club in the city of Renton, and they just kind of
think they went out of business.
turn a
Didn't they
blind
go out of
eye.
business?
No,
I
the
thought they went
strip
out.
club's still going.
Is it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I know they were struggling this coronavirus. Oh, can't say that.
Oh yeah, during that shit, yeah, of course. But no, they're still open. Every once in a while, I drive by and they got the open sign on. There's cars in the parking lot. So.
Drive by.
I haven't been in there since I worked there, man. Maybe once.
Or twice.
I doubt there's anybody that I know that still dances there.
But anyways, I don't know. I just number one. I hope
Here's my question to you right now, Ryan. I say I give it 3 weeks before it gets pulled. What's your timeline before it gets pulled? What do you personally believe?
so. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think it gets pulled in the first week.
Okay.
It's either gonna get pulled in the first week or it's gonna be months.
And that's the possibility. That's one of these things where you get some guys that speculate. You know, what if this doesn't get pulled for a year? Like what it's the tricky thing is like that's a potential possibility.
Do we know if they're doing multiple? How many print runs they're doing of this, or is it going to be one? I mean,
That this is it. For collector boosters, they don't do extra print runs because they already have the serialized cards in there for all the other serialized cards. So if you already have the serialized ones in there, how can you do another print run? You know what I mean? You can't. You can't. So it's the only print run.
yeah, I honestly I think it's going to get pulled in the first week because
They're
I
all
think all
they're all printed obviously because you know the
here-
dealers the dealers the distributors have already allocated to the shops at this point.
here's what I think is going to happen. I think because again it's these people that are you know they get more money than sense and they got money to burn from their YouTube channels. I think they're going to buy cases and cases and cases of this thing so that on day one they can start cracking them. And I think somebody pulls it in the first week.
Well, if they're gonna buy cases and cases and cases, they better have a good hookup because I don't think the allocations are as big to the stores as people think they are.
Yeah, that's but they got money. You can
Oh yeah, you can leverage it for
go
sure.
go to Rudy and be like, Rudy, I'll pay you, you know, whatever he's paying,
Right. Well, I'm curious to
times
see how
two.
many he supposedly gets. You know what I mean? He usually kind of gives a number on these things on how many pallets he gets of these things. You know. I guess I shouldn't say pallets like that. He does
How
get
many how many are
pallets
we
of stuff.
getting? We're only getting like a few, right?
We're only getting we only got allocated 3 packs, 3 collector packs, or not 3 collector
So
packs, 3 collector, you know, boosters.
so people are interested. We'll have them. You know,
Well,
our many.
how about your speculation on price here? So we're sitting right now. Cheapest you're looking at is around $360.
I think it goes to five.
I think it does too, and I think it goes to 5 pretty quickly. And if we're in your scenario where it gets pulled in the first week,
It's gonna.
it'll drop back down to. I mean, there's still other serialized cards that are going to be worth some money in there, so I think it'll hold some value. I don't think it drops below 340.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go below. I think it'll go just under 400 um, after it's pulled.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after some of the bigger serialized cards, the low numbered
Mm-hmm.
serialized cards are start getting pulled.
Yeah, then
I,
it'll
I
start
think
dropping
that
off a bit.
I think it's going to start dropping pretty precipitously.
But on the flip side, if it goes my scenario where we
Well,
don't
then
have
it's
to
going to
really
go
wait until
up.
like 3 weeks out, yeah. So after the
That,
first week, instead of being 500, I think we're at 600.
it's
We, we,
it's
we,
like
we,
playing
could, we,
blackjack.
we could see 650, 700 potentially.
It's like playing. It's like gambling, right? Like the number of open packs, right? There's less packs that are out there,
Oh, yeah.
which means that your stakes are getting, you're getting closer and closer and closer to
Mm-hmm.
pulling it. So I think that the price starts going up.
Well, what do you think? Okay, let's say we go a month. Let's say we're at a month and nobody's pulled it. 4 weeks out. What do you think the price is?
$700.
700? Yeah, I'd agree
I
somewhere
think
around
I
there.
think I think it I think it every week it's gonna go up 100, 150.
Yeah, I can see that.
Every week it is not pulled, the price is gonna go up at
Mm-hmm.
least $100, I think.
Well, like I said, there's here. I'll look right now. So if we look on eBay right now. Look on eBay. There are one. The fuck is that? Special edition. I don't know what the hell that is. 1, 2, 3 listings. One's in the UK, $682.52 plus $54 shipping to the US. One's for $1,100, and then the other listing is for $645.95.
Those
So,
are those are dumb. Those are dumb listings.
oh yeah, but those are the only listings on eBay, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, can you technically list any? I mean, you don't
I
have it in hand.
yeah, you could do it. You put it on there as it's a pre-order. People do that all the time.
If you're buying this for $1,100, I got a car I can sell you.
Just needs a new transmission. It's okay.
It still runs.
I got some beachfront property in Nevada
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Real cheap.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess.
Let me look here again. Just out of curiosity on the greater internets here. Um, and see. Yeah, looking like cheapest I'm seeing is about $360 plus tax. Um, for the collector's booster box. So, um, yeah, that's what you're looking at right now. Personally, here's the deal: if I'm you, and you're trying to gamble on it, and get this, buy them now. Don't wait. You know, get your
The
money
longer you
early
wait, the
now.
more expensive they're gonna get.
Oh yeah, and it's June 6th today. Uh, so we got 17 days. You got 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks till the official release. The pre-release is week 4 on the 16th. It's getting pretty close to when these are going to be available on store shelves. We should. I think we'll be getting ours right around. I think we'll be getting our 3 boxes right around pre-release, maybe a day before pre-release, somewhere around there. But yeah, uh, normally on stuff like this, if we were getting allocated for stuff, we'd be able to get a lot more than 3. That's through our channels. That's all we were able to get was 3. So that kind of shows you that, one, there's already that high demand for it, and 2, I think there's kind of a tighter supply on this product.
Yeah, there was a pretty tight supply for that March of the Machine mini pack that just came out as
Mm-hmm.
well.
And
Um,
the collector's ones for that too.
yeah, so I think I don't know if Wizards has learned their lesson of overprinting, um,
I don't know if I'd
or
say
if
that they've
they're
learned it, but they're reeling it in.
or yeah, I think they might be reeling it a little bit, which is good. I think that's a good idea.
I
So
agree. I mean, so for this set, for your draft boxes and your set booster boxes, like, print those. As long as there's demand for the cards, go ahead. Do 2, 3, 4 print runs on it if there's demand. Go for it. That's fine. That's just good business practice on their end. If there's people that still want to buy the boxes, go
yeah,
ahead. Within a reasonable timeline, which I think their timeline for
like 2 years
reprints
or
on
something.
stuff, I think it's a year and a half. I think is what they generally use for any kind of set. Um, so that's fine, but obviously, like the collector ones, since they have the serialized ones in it, they do one print run of these. They don't do multiple print runs because how are you going to have, numbers 1 through 500 of, you know, Bilbo Baggins or whatever, and then after that you print out more cards. Well, then there's no chance to get that serialized. Well, what's the
Unless they know that they're going to be doing another run, and they sort of
that sounds kind of scuzzy. And as much as I
this is
know,
this is
as
this
much as
is
I
Hasbro
know,
we're talking about.
as much as I know, people would like to bag on that with them. I don't see them doing that at all. I don't see it.
Well, if it turns out they did, we can come back to this video and
What?
go, oh,
Hold on.
oh.
What do I hear? Corporate shill. Corporate shill. um.
Yeah,
Uh.
you're right there.
Yeah, but yeah. I guess that pretty much sums
That's
up
pretty
what
much
I
it.
had to
That's all we
say
got.
about the One Ring, the one of one. This
The
one,
one ring,
the one
the
of one.
one ring,
There it is.
one of
One.
one ring.
Hey, you know what? I do have one other note. Now that I just said 111, I bet you, because they're doing like regular serialized. They're doing regular serialized of the ring as well. So I bet you another one that goes for a decent amount of money
It's that yeah,
is
that one of
number
the ring.
well number one for that for sure, but also number 111 because it's 3 ones.
Yeah, but that's
111.
assuming that there's more than that.
They always do like 500.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they always do. I think for any of these other collector sets before this, I think it's like of 500 or 250 or something like that, but it's more than 100 that they do
Yeah.
for sure.
We shall see in the coming weeks.
Yes, we shall. All right, well, I guess that's it. Like, subscribe, comment,
Feel free to
call me
comment
a
what you guys
corporate
think.
shill if you want. What's
He
that?
he is he's as like I say, just let Shane know that he is a corporate shill, and we're good.
All right, well, sounds good. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, probably not, but if you did, thank you. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.